Welcome to Law of Exponents number 1. Here on the smartboard I have the expression 8 to the 4th power. The 4 is called the exponent and the 8 is called the base. So we have a base 8 and an exponent of 4. Take your calculator and evaluate 8 to the 4th power, and that should equal 4096. Next, let's keep that same base but lower our exponent by 1. So we're going to do base 8, exponent 3. 8 times 8 times 8 is equal to 512. Let's go again. Base 8, drop our exponent by 1. We're going to go to 8 squared, which this we should be able to do in our head, is 64. 8 to the 1st power just means we're taking 8 and not multiplying it by anything. So we're just going to keep the 8. And now let's keep that same base but go to an exponent of 0. When that happens, your calculator tells you the answer is 1. But why would the answer be 1? This results from the pattern that's happening in these answers. 4096 to 512, or 8 to the 4th to 8 to the 3rd. We have lost one power of 8 here. In other words, we're dividing by 8. You can check that on your calculator if you would like. 512 to 64, or 8 cubed down to 8 squared. We've lost a power of 8. So if I divide by 8, I get to 64. This one we know off our head that 64 divided by 8 makes 8. And if we continue this pattern down of dividing by 8s, 8 divided by 8 is equal to 1. And this idea would be true for any base that I pick. If I pick 5 to the 3rd, that really means 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Then if I go to 5 squared, which means 5 times 5, I've lost one power of 5 here. That brings us down to 25. So by losing that power of 5, I'm essentially dividing 125 by 5. Then when I do 5 to the 1st, I get my 5 because I've lost a power of 5. And then if we continue that pattern, 5 divided by 5 is 1, which would be the answer for 5 to the 0 power. This is our first law of exponents, that any base to the 0 power is equal to 1. And we are going to write this on your colored index card. Any base, I'm using an x, to the 0 power is equal to 1. And if you prefer it in words, you can write the sentence, any base to the 0 power equals 1, at the bottom of your card. Flip your card over to the back and write down these 5 problems, and then hit pause while you take a few minutes and try to evaluate these 5 problems. Now that you're back, let's check to see how you did. 3 to the 0 power should be 1. Base of 3, exponent of 0. The next problem, 3x to the 0 power, should also be 1, because our entire base is 3x with an exponent of 0. However, the next one, 3x to the 0, is not 1. It should be 3, because now the 0 is only on a base of x. This is the base, this is the exponent, so this much of the problem is equal to 1, and we have a 3 here in the front acting as a coefficient. 3 times 1 is what makes the 3. Next, problem number 4 should be negative 1 for the same reason. Now my exponent of 0 is with a base of 3, so this much of the problem is equal to 1, and we have negative 1 as our answer. And the last one, just slight difference here with the parentheses, this answer should be positive 1, because now with the exponent of 0, this negative 3 is the entire base in the parentheses, and any base to the 0 power equals 1.